Oh, chop my head off. Oh, mind you, that's just hair. But that's a lot of hair, which I can't fit in the screen. So I just thought I'd come on and do a little short. Lots of little short. I don't mean to do that, actually. I don't know why I've just done that. But I just thought I'd come on and do a little video of some ChockleArt, because I can't always do the old fancy singing, dancing, amazing productions that Al does. Shout out to Al, lovely Al, in his studio with all his cameras everywhere. I have cameras all over the place. I think I've got about 4 cameras on me in that studio, and this is my phone. I'm not even sure if I've cleaned the camera, so this might look like you've got glaucoma, but trust me, it's just my smudgy fingers that are on it after I've had some Wotsits, probably. So I'm just doing this from my house. As you can see, dog in the background, sniffing at stuff. So I'm just doing it at home because I was bored. I did try putting the Traitors on. We had a conversation about watching the Traitors a little while ago, and I thought I'll give it a go. I don't really get it, but as you can see, the fact that I've started doing this rather than watching that, I think you can see just how engaged I am with that program. Anywho, what I thought I'd do is I thought I'd do a little series of these little videos, and just to interweave, is that a word? I am an English teacher. Just to put in between the well-produced videos. This isn't going to be well-produced. This is going to be whatever this is. There won't be any that might cut off the beginning when I was messing about with my hair. Or might not. You might be lucky to see that kind of jazz. But what we're going to do is we're going to do a little series of owls, because it's January, and January lasts about 5 years. So it is only the 9th of January. It's also my friend's birthday. Happy birthday, Tony. And we went out for lunch today. That was very nice. It was lovely. I couldn't eat it all though, so I ended up bringing half of it home. Could eat the ice cream though. I did not finish the main meal, but I did finish the dessert. That's how I roll. So I'm going to do a little series of these owls. So all different kinds of owls I'm going to do. And I'm just going to basically film myself doing some ChockleArt, which is, I've got a slab of chocolate. Please note, this is just for me to eat. It's not getting sold. It's not getting sent anywhere. So before you sort of say, oh, you've got dogs in the background. Oh, you're in your room and you've not got gloves on. Yeah, I'm going to eat this. So I'm just showing you how to do it. Oh, it smells amazing as well. So this is just a chocolate bar. Not one that I have made. I have just bought it. And all we're going to do is we're just going to do some art on here, because chocolate actually works as a really good surface for you to do some artwork on. So I'm just going to choose one of these owls that I've printed off. This might make a good kit. I haven't decided yet which owl should I do. Should I do this one? Do this cartoony owl. I'm going to use the world's smallest scissors to do that. It might look like my world is tiny because I'm small, but it's not. It's just the scissors that I've got to hand, because I use these for crochet and crafting. So all I'm going to do, I've not cut that out neat or anything. I've just cut it out to put on the chocolate bar. And what that's going to do is that's then going to go on the chocolate bar like that. You can still hear the Traitors on in the background. I have no idea what's going on. They've just been round the table. Someone's been voted off. I don't know. I have no idea. Is it a bit like Harry Potter and I'm a Celebrity? It's like a mix between that. I've no idea. Answers on a postcard. So that's all we're going to do. We're going to place that over the top of our chocolate bar and just try and find the edges of it. I think I've made this so it'll fit. It might not, in which case I might just have to shrink it a little bit. And then all we're going to do is just going to get a pen. It doesn't even have to work, this pen. It does just need to be quite a ballpoint pen, not an ink pen or a fibre tip pen. It just needs to be a ballpoint then. And then all we're going to do is we're just going to trace over the lines, and this is just such a really nice task to do. And we're going to trace over all the lines of the owl, pressing on quite hard, not so hard that it rips. You don't want to do that, but you do want to press on hard enough that you can kind of feel a little bit of give. So I'm just going all around the lines. I have chosen a pink, which I was hoping would show up, but it's not doing. So I might just have to check. So we're going to go around all the lines. You're basically just tracing, which is a lovely thing to do as well. So we did a painting one of these on Monday with a group of ladies, which was lovely. That was a painting, just a mindful painting class. So we did owls there, and that was lovely to do as well. So I like doing art and I like doing chocolate. I especially like doing them together. I really do. I really enjoy doing them together. Sometimes it's a difficult way to do it, but I do always really like chocolate and art. I mean, they're two of my passions. So figuring out how to do them at the same time, I'm always quite happy to do. So I think I've got most of the outline up there. Get his jowls in. Get his jowls. Oh, I'm getting some jowls. You see them there? Look at that. I'm getting some jowls. What's that all about? Pretty sure they used to be dimples. Dimples. And now they are jowls. So what used to be really cute is now like a sign that your skin is getting all saggy. So these tasks with the drawings, yes, they're great for everybody to do. And I think I will do this as a kit. I probably will do it as a kit because it is just a nice task to do. And that's all the kits that I make. All of them are really just aimed at, yes, they're for the kids. Yes, they're for the kids to do, absolutely. But they're also for the parents to do. They're also for all different ages to do, grandparents and everything. But it is just to do a task that is nice, it's repetitive, it's simple, it's easy, it's only going to take half an hour. And you actually get something at the end of it that isn't filling your fridge full of tat. I mean, how many pictures can you have on your fridge? And then taking them down, your child's like bereft, thinking they should have been kept up there because it's like the Louvre or something and they've done some inspirational painting, when basically all they've done is slap their hand on a bit of paint and slapped it all over a paper. And we have to pretend that it sucks. That's amazing. Wow, look at that. You can make a splodge with some paint. That's amazing. So all these sort of kits and the chocolate kits that I make, they are also for the mum to just stop. So I need to just check now. I'm just going to check that I've actually done this. So I'm just going to have a quick look. I'm going to keep my finger on it and then just lift it up and see if I've missed anything out. I've just missed, oh, I've just moved it as well, that's annoying. That didn't work, did it? So I've just missed a bit, so I'm just going to put that line in and that line in. Got my jowls in. Got my wings. That's what I've missed. I've missed my wings. Just a bit of the feathers on the wings. And then I can always add to it. So I don't know if you can see that. I think you can slightly see that. There you go. Look. So we've just done our little drawing on there. And then there's different things you can do. So you can, and I've just got a makeup brush that I just used to take off any of the excess. What you can actually do is you can, I'm just going to get a cotton bud. You can use completely makeup brushes for this. They actually work really well, but I don't wear a lot of makeup, so I don't actually have a lot of makeup brushes. So I'm just going to go over it with the world's longest toothpick. It's just a skewer, but it's thicker than a normal toothpick. I do have normal toothpicks up here, but they're a bit small, so I'm just going to use this. Just hope this doesn't take somebody's eye out. So all I'm going to do is, you see that there? I'm just going to go over the lines I've got now and just make them a little bit thicker. Go over them, give a bit of a blow. And then this is where you can then add a few more details to it. I'm just blowing on it just to get the edges off, but you can use your makeup brush to do it as well. See? Oh, lethal. I'm going to have to chop that down, aren't I? I'm going to have my own eye out with it. Need my eyes. Need your eyes, Mum. So I'm just going over some of the lines now. So that they are a little bit deeper. Because you want it to create like a little bit of a lip, a little bit of an edge that you're then going to sort of colour in. Now I'm going to just use some shimmers. Don't know whether you remember, if anyone was ever in the guides, if you were in the guides, did you remember ever doing this in soap? I was at guides for 1 week, and that week they decorated some soap and they just etched into it, and I really enjoyed it. There we go. There's the dogs. So that'll be an Amazon order. That'll be Dad and his Amazon orders. He's obsessed. So I'm just going over these a little bit more. But it is just, it's a very nice thing to do. You can go over the whole lot. You don't have to keep moving the extra bits out. You can do that at the very end if you need. I just like making them a little bit thicker so you have a proper edge. But it's easier to do it like this, because if you do it with the pen on the paper, it sort of rips through, and you don't want that. Dexter's having a drinky poos. You do need to have some good light. Oh, if you've not watched Traitors, you might have just heard something there. Again, I don't know if that is that a thing. Is that, oh no, I'm waiting to find out who's been chosen. You know, but hey, do you know what? It's not Sixth Sense, is it? It's not like, what? Nobody's gonna really be that amazed at anything, as far as I can tell. Get the eyelashes done. So you're kind of treating this bit like clay, like you're etching into clay. So I'm just going to get the eyelashes. A bit deeper. And some of the circular lines. Oh my god, is that now a thing where people are talking about the Traitors? What on earth? Am I just not getting it? Is everyone else getting what this is and I'm just not getting it? I absolutely don't get it. The only thing I saw was when it had Alan Carr, which I thought was hilarious, looking like a nun, skipping out of a nunnery. That's the only bit I saw. So I am essentially just waffling on whilst I do this. But this is one of the things that I'll be offering as workshops as well. So all the kits that I do also come as workshops. but I kind of need to get my arse into gear and get them planned. So for those who've never seen me before, I suppose I should say something. That's me thinking people are watching this. So to the 2 people who might be watching this, well, I'm Lucy, I'm Little Lou, and I am an ex-English teacher, art teacher, and I started a chocolate business, God, in 2013, properly. Before that, I had been making a lot of chocolate and things before that. Fudge, cupcakes, big cakes, character cakes when they were all really, everyone was after those, you know, with all the different fondant shapes on. I used to do those, but people just never ever wanted to pay for what it actually cost in labour to do these things. And it's still the same today, It's funny what we attach certain values to, and what we think is worth spending a lot of money on and what we think isn't. But yeah, so I'm now sort of trying to just do the business that works for me, rather than build it back up to what it was before. Because before I had a couple of shops, I had staff, I had wholesale clients, regular clients, business clients, but it just didn't work as well for me as I wanted it to, because I get ill quite a lot, so I didn't really have the energy or the ability to carry it on. And some of that is still the same today, so I've got to make whatever business I do make now, it just has to work for me and my health. God, there's a load of chocolate about. I'm gonna have to check that, aren't I? It's just gonna have to work for me and my health, and so that's what I'm doing now. So I want to do these sort of videos here. I want to do them from home. I want to do them in a way that if I'm not 100%, it's fine. Don't have to leave the house to do things, and then when I am feeling great, then I'll do them. But it is, you know, it's important for me, and I think it's after a lot of realising for other people as well. You have to now do what fills your joy jugs. And it's taken me a while to figure that out. It really has. It's taken me a while. Look at that. There you go. So that's etched into it a little bit more. Now what I'm going to do is there's 2 different ways that we can do this. We can add just a full shimmer to it. I'm just going to put that away, otherwise I'm going to do myself some damage. But I do have some little edible glitters here. So I'm just going to use these for now. But I'm just going to do a little background, I think, of the bronze. So I'm just going to dip into that a little bit, and then just, this is where the magic really happens, so I'm just going to show you here. So the shimmer really brings it up. Shimmer, shimmer. So the shimmer really shows the picture. But if you want to have some different colours in there, so like I say, I've got some different shimmers. So if I if I do this as a kit, then what I'll do is I'll include some shimmers, or I've got to figure it out. I might do them where you paint them in with edible paints, which might be nice as well, because you would just use oh god, what's the word, cocoa butter. You'd use cocoa butter for that. But these shimmers work quite nice actually. But what you can do is you can add these shimmers, these powders, you can just add cocoa butter to that, and that's when it becomes paintable. It just changes the colour. So if you have a shimmer colour, then it should come out as metallic edible paint. Should do. Might not do, but we'll give it a go. So all I'm doing is kind of using the oh, that's really showing on there, isn't it? I'm kind of using my cotton bud as sort of like a colouring pen, isn't it really? So I'm just colouring it in like that. Shall we have a little blue heart here as well? Yeah, that'd be nice. So I only have a limited number. I used to have so many colours in these, but I just have these left over from an order that I had for some blue and bronze colouring. So that's why I have these colours, but it's fine. So yeah, if I think of doing this as a kit, then I think it'd be nice to add as with the powders. That might be really nice. Add them in a little pot. So I'll have to figure that out. That's the thing, you see, you've got to figure all these things out. So I'm just going to do the edge in blue, because I'm just going to try a little bit of ombre. A little bit of ombre with a bit of green. Let's have a little bit of green. See if this works on the ombre, which might be nice. Oh, that works quite nice. That works quite nice. You kind of got to move your eye around to try and get the colour. Yeah, that works quite nice. Just show you the progress. Should do this from up above, shouldn't I, really? But you see that? That's coming out quite nice, isn't it? It's gone up a bit there, so I'm just going to knock that back a bit. Cool. I'm quite happy with it. Quite happy with it. So you're seeing the beginnings of a kit as they get made. So this is basically what I do. I just play about with an idea. I have an idea in my head that keeps me awake probably for a good few weeks, and I try and figure it out of how it might work, and try and write it out, figure it out, try and see if there's anything else out there that's similar, see if it is like a novel idea or if it is something that's already out there, and hope that it isn't. But quite often it is. I've got purple. Let's get a bit of green here. What I am going to have to do is I'm going to have to make sure I'm covered up a bit better, because I've just got glitter absolutely everywhere. And that, I hate that. I hate that. But I have got glitter everywhere all over my thing now. So these powders work a little better, it seems, than the other powders. So you can get these little shimmer powders just from like the supermarket, but I don't think they're quite the same. Like these are all right, but I think these are just edible glitter. which I suppose is alright, but it's not the best. I've had better. They're not as good, as you can see. They're not going on quite as much as I would like. What I might do is I might just rough it up a bit with the tip. But yes, this is how I would start a kit off, or an idea for a kit, because it really is just about trying to figure out what works, what doesn't work. God, there's been so many duds, honestly. I remember once trying to make stained glass chocolate drawings using piped chocolate and gelatin, and so sort of really dark chocolate as the has that shown up a bit? Oh yeah, it does show up. That's quite nice, actually. Piped chocolate is the outline, sort of really dark chocolate, and then trying to fill it with sort of a thickened gelatin. That didn't work at all. That did not work at all. But even when I first started, I actually had no idea at all. I wonder if it works on my finger a bit better. I actually had absolutely no idea about even tempering. I didn't even know what tempering was when I first started. So it was it's all been completely self-taught. And I was talking to somebody today, yesterday, at a business sort of networking support group, and there was a guy there that said, you know, well, I'm self-taught, so I'm not really a proper designer. I'm like, well, you know, I'm self-taught chocolatier, and I've done pretty all right with that. You know, I've been in booths, I've had a chain of shops, you know, so don't worry about being self-taught. What matters is, do people like your products, and does it do the job? So, because you can have all these letters after your name, you can have every letter under the sun after your name, but if you're self-taught in the creative industry, it doesn't matter at all. Look at that, that's coming out quite nice, actually. Oh, you see all that glitter? See all that glitter now? Lovely stuff. That is coming out really nicely. So I now need to think about the eyeballs. Should we do a bit of a shimmer on the, bit more of a bronzy shimmer on the heart? That's nice. Ooh, lovely. So yeah, now my room is obviously going to be completely covered in glitter now. So there's worse things, isn't there? There's many worse things for your room to be covered in. Bit of glitters, lovely stuff, lovely stuff. Right, what I might do is I might have a bit of blue and a bit of bronze in the middle there. See what that looks like. So I think this has actually been quite successful. You might not think so, because it's a bit of a boring video for you guys. But what I might do is I might just shorten it and turn it into a bit of a proper video that might make a bit more sense to people. There we go. I really like this idea, even if I say so myself. That has worked very nicely. Let's get that in there. So essentially, we are just colouring it. Oh, I need to do the beak. What colour should we do the beak? That's looking really nice. Fancy pants. Let's have a look. What colour shall we do? The beak. I do have some black, but I don't particularly want to use black because it's quite potent. Anyway, let's get the eyes with a bit of blue, bit of blue. Get the eyelashes. So what should happen is where you've etched it, it should catch the shimmer a bit more. I say it should. Whether it does or not is another thing. Just add a bit of green to that edge, I think. So I think I'm going to have to make sure I get these edible paints. Where were these from? Where are they from? Oh god, I can't see. I cannot see. I'll have it. Nope, not even going to try it. I can't even see, and I've got my glasses on, so that's not great. So I'm just going to go over that with a bit of bronze and a bit of green. But yes, so these little ones are a bit shit. The larger ones are much better, so it seems. So we'll just get the feet done. But yeah, so I think this might be a nice little kit for people to do. And it is proper ChockleArt. Chocolate and art. We'll do the beet green. God, they are still talking about the traitors. How on earth can they still be talking about that? Anyway, there you go. Look at that. I am well chuffed with that. So for a first go, because that is literally the first time I've ever done that kind of thing on chocolate. Normally I do just do the etching and then the shimmer on top. So I think for a first time, I quite like that. And what another thing I did do was I did print off January as well, but I don't think I can fit that on with the way that I've done that. So that's fine. But that's what I also do. I also do little etchings of words and things, because being able to write that clearly, I can't do that. I can't do that, and I'm an art teacher, so asking you guys to do it. So, and that sounds really patronising. You who aren't art teachers, you'll never be able to do it. But yeah, I shouldn't expect other people to do the things that I can't do. Really? Maybe you can. Maybe you can. But I want to make it easy for everybody to do. So I'm going to have a task of clearing up all this glitter. It is everywhere. It's beautiful, but a mess. Jesus. So that is my little owl. ChockleArt owl, and it's proper ChockleArt. You're drawing on chocolate. I love it. So we'll see if this becomes a kit. I think there's a bit more playing about to do. A little bit more playing about to do with figuring out the shimmers. I quite like the idea of the shimmers. It works nicely as a bit of a colouring for you. But yeah, I think there's a bit more playing about to do. But yeah, hope you like it. And give it a go yourself. You don't need my kits. You should buy my kits though. But keep your eye out to see if these are made as kits. Thank you very much.